This is the sign you've been waiting for. You, yes you, go and do. What is the 80-20 principle when it comes to making the most amount of money in the least amount of time? In this video, I'm going to share 4 of the most important skills and mental models to have. Now let's talk about brand, because it's what makes the world go round. I'm not talking about cattle ranches in the Wild West. I'm talking about the kind of brand that makes Apple fanboys throw their hard-earned cash faster than a poker player going all in. Now don't get me wrong, there are plenty of phones out there with more bells and whistles than the latest iPhone. And authors, there's a library full of writers churning out words better than Stephen King on a slow Tuesday. And filmmakers, well, Spielberg's got some competition, believe it or not. But here's the thing, brand reigns supreme. Take Apple for instance. Are they crafting the absolute best phone in every single aspect known to humanity? No. Do their fans care about that? Absolutely not. They're in it for the brand, the trusty assurance that whatever Apple spits out will be like a financial guru giving you stock advice, which is golden. It's like the pub down the road. There might be a joint a few blocks away which have better beer and more attractive bar staff, but you keep coming back to the familiar spot because you know what you're getting. It's comfort, it's trust, it's brand. Now let's talk about bad brands. You know, the ones that sound like a knockoff Rolex you'd find in a sketchy alley. Imagine strolling into a dodgy electronics shop and the salesman tries to pitch you a TV brand that sounds like someone accidentally dropped a keyboard on their face. You've never heard of it before. And suddenly, they're claiming it's the Mona Lisa of televisions. They tell you it's got the highest resolution and frame rate that'll make your grandma's heart race, and colors so vibrant they'll make you question reality. But you, savvy consumer, smell something fishier than an anchovy market on a hot day. You don't trust this brand as far as you can throw it. Maybe you do cave in and buy it. 6 months later, it kicks the bucket like a stubborn mule. And suddenly you are staring at a blank screen, regret coursing through your veins. Trust? Shot to pieces. You'll stick to the tried and true brands like Samsung and Sony and Panasonic. Brands you've heard of, brands with street credibility. It's like choosing between a back alley mechanic with a wrench and a twinkle in his eye versus a dealer-approved service center with the pristine waiting room and the coffee that tastes suspiciously like success. You might pay a bit more, but it's the brand. That badge on the car grill, it's the modern day equivalent of a knight's crest. And when it's time to trade in your ride, what do? You stick with the same brand. Never mind the allure of a sleeker or a better deal across the street. Ignorance is bliss. Now every Tom, Graham and Harry with a PowerPoint presentation will lecture you about the dire straits of starting a business. They'll throw around stats like confetti at a billionaire's birthday bash, saying only 2% make it in the VIP lounge of success. 2%. Just ignore them. Sure, people will tell you knowledge is power, but I'm here to tell you that sometimes ignorance is the way to go. The numbers can discourage you from taking action and doing the work. Imagine you're standing on the edge of your comfort zone, contemplating diving into the entrepreneurial abyss. The naysayers are whispering in your ear. It's going to be tough, like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but the haystack is on fire. Now most people would take a step back. They think about the odds and the risks, the potential sleepless nights, but no, not you. You're about to channel your inner daredevil and take that plunge. You see, the secret is not to count the cost of the blood, sweat and tears. Just do the damn thing. This is the sign you've been waiting for. You, yes you, go and do. If you're anything like me, a chaotic workspace is like nails on a chalkboard. It is like trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. It's, well, you get the picture. So let's start with workflow. Whether I'm dissecting a client's session notes or just cooking up the next YouTube video, having my ducks in a row is essential to me. Picture this, you're amped up to tackle a project, but your system is as messy as a teenager's bedroom. It's a huge effort just to get started, but we can't be wasting our energy on the setup. We are creators, not organizers. I want my mojo focused on the idea, not wrestling with my template. Now I started in the land of Google Docs, where I had this Frankenstein's monster of a template. Just duplicate, fill in the blanks, and then repeat. It did get the job done, but my creative space looked like a document on life support. So I thought it was time for an upgrade. Enter Notion. I know this is not sponsored. It's got this nifty template tool that makes creating a new video idea feel like a walk in the park. I just click, I select my template, and boom, I'm off to the creative races. So I start with the title, which is like planting a flag on the creative mountain I'm trying to conquer. Then I throw in a few title variations. Think of them as breadcrumbs to keep you on the path so that you don't wander off into the creative wilderness. Now, I'm not saying I have it all figured out, but 4 headings usually do the trick for me because it helps me create a structure. So what are the main topics? And then I fill those in. It's like setting up the skeleton of your masterpiece. Then I begin diving into the paragraphs. This is the first draft, so I don't hold anything back. But I'm not a one-trick pony. I hit the virtual streets, scouring the internet for nuggets of wisdom. Other videos, articles, if it adds value, it's going in. I want my audience to walk away with a brain full of knowledge. Now the magic happens in the final draft. It's like refining gold. Sift through the dirt, cut out the fluff, you've got a nugget of pure value. If you zoom out, the big picture emerges. Learn to sell, learn to build. If you can do both, you will be unstoppable. In the grand game of life, there are 2 skills that can turn you into a financial maestro. First off, let's talk about selling. It's not just about pushing a product like you're trying to get rid of a hot potato. It's an art, like a dance. So picture this. You stroll into a room armed with a pen. Yeah, a pen. But hold on. It's not about the pen. It's about the person you're selling it to. Don't shove it down their throat. Ask them if they use a pen. Smooth, right? Now, find out what's the most important thing they'd used a pen for. If it's signing sales contracts, well, would you look at that? You've got a Montblanc pen that screams success. Use it only when you seal the deal. And suddenly you're not just selling a pen, you're selling a symbol of triumph. It's like a victory cigar, but classier. And remember, it's not about what you love, it's about what they want. No one cares about your rubber ducky collection. Trust me, they really don't. So shift gears, talk their language, and watch those sales roll in like the tide. Now let's dive into the second part, building. You don't need to be the next Apple or Microsoft. Leave that to the tech titans. Think simple, but think effective. What's your secret? What skill, knowledge, or experience do you possess that others would kill for? Package that up. If you're the Picasso of graphic design, don't waste time selling random doodles. Offer a service that makes businesses go weak in the knees. Build a brand around your expertise, but be the go-to person when someone needs something in your field. You're not just selling a service, you're selling a solution to their graphic nightmares. And don't kid yourself into thinking it has to be complicated. The beauty is in the simplicity. Just look at it this way. Would you rather have a sleek, efficient Swiss Army knife or a clunky gadget that promises the moon but can't even peel an apple? So just keep it tight, keep it focused.